Hi everyone, welcome back to Sashay Away with Mary. I am here in my cheapest silver sequins dress and red wig in support of the one and only Miss Davina De Campo and the shadiness that was the Vivian this week, talking about her. So I'm wearing this proudly in support of Davina De Campo, DDC all the way. I encourage you to put on a silver dress and a red wig as well. Okay, I can't tongue pop, so I'm gonna try. I won't even cluck like Miss RuPaul did. But we are here to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 1, Episode 6, Thirsty Work. At the beginning of the episode, we said goodbye to Crystal and her mirror message talking about how they are hateful, awful, nasty witches and she will gonna miss all of them. The Viv cleans off the mirror, and I think the queens were excited for her to do that. Yeah, so good for you, Viv. They're hoping it takes her down a notch. I think it did a little bit, but not a tremendous amount. Sorry, I'm gonna be playing with this wig this whole time. It is very warm in this wig, plus I have this light shining directly on me. Yeah, so it's gonna be warm. I was gonna drink tea. Instead, I put some vodka soda in my coffee cup because it's warm in the wig and I needed something cool. And it's a holiday weekend here in the United States, so I'm drinking a little vodka soda tonight. Davina is pissed that she did not get picked earlier by for a team. They asked Vivian if she would have picked a different team if she had won the mini challenge, and she said she would have picked Cheryl because she's a dancer, I'm assuming, and she would have picked Baga and then Davina. Davina was not happy with that. She protested, saying that I've been choreographing and producing shows for 15 years. No one else can say that they do that. And you know what? She's right. And it showed. She did a great job in last week's challenge. But I'm gonna get all their names wrong. The Vivian said that Cheryl's choreography is probably more fresh than Davina's. Sure, the Vivian is a shady, shady queen. She was my pick to win. Going into this from the Meet the Queens videos, my opinion has changed. I am team Davina De Campo all the way, clearly. But the Vivian is just shady. She is being a shady, shady, shady bitch. And that's the way it is. Blue and Baga agree with Davina. And they should. They were on the winning team with her. But yeah, they say that Davina has it all. She can do everything. She can sew, she can act, she's funny, she can sing. Yeah, she's the whole package. And they benefited from that this week. So, good for them. Should Davina care about Vivian's opinions of her? No, we all know that she shouldn't, but she does. And she feels a certain way for some reason, and we don't know why. I have a feeling that it's not just about this challenge or this competition even. I think it stems from way back, apparently, in her life where she just wasn't accepted or she was never appreciated for what she can do. And those feelings probably came back up. And the Vivian is just the brunt of it, and that's the way it goes. The Vivian, however, said, seeing her in this, Davina in this competition, she is 20 times the drag queen that Vivian thought she was, because all she ever sees her in is a silver dress and a red wig. This is one of the most hateful things someone could possibly say. I don't know where, this was just mean, just plain old mean. And it was meant to be a compliment, I think, and it came off so shady and so terrible. And I probably would have gone over and smacked her. I know you're not allowed to touch people. You will get kicked off a reality show if you touch another person. So she's not going to do that, obviously. But, yeah, it was just wrong. The next day, they still don't seem to be over it. Someone says round 2, but it wasn't really. Davina decided that she thought about it. She's like, I shouldn't care what you think. And we're just gonna have to move on from there and be good with it. So maybe it's over, maybe it's not. Davina realized that she doesn't care. And then the video comes on to interrupt them, so they can't really get into anything because RuPaul is coming in to announce this week's mini challenge. And it is all based around the BBC. She does some little brief history of the BBC that didn't mean anything because the Brit Crew is here. There are all 6 of them. They are all tasty treats. I am in love with Big Ben Mitch. I think he is adorable. The fact that he is 6'8" is insane to me, but I think he is an amazing specimen of a man. And he is a big girl. If you follow him on Instagram, that is a lady. She is having a good time and is excited to be on the drag race for sure. But we get all of them. And the challenge is BBC, which is boxers, briefs, or commando, which really isn't commando because, you know, if they're in commando, they're not wearing anything. It was really camo, so I don't know why they just didn't say boxers, brief, or camo. Yeah, it was dumb. They enticed us. They could have blurred them out. I realize this is public television, but they could have blurred out their junks. They've done it before. They do it for every nipple that we see. But the challenge is they have to decide what the Brit Crew are wearing underneath their shorts, if it's boxers, brief, or camo. I'm not going to say commando anymore because we all know that it wasn't commando. Davina was the winner. She got 5 out of 6 correct. Good for you. She credits that to staring at men's trousers. I don't know that that's really how you would know that. It's really just a guessing game. I wouldn't be able to tell what someone's wearing unless they were wearing nothing underneath their pants. We got another Kim Woodbury impersonation from Vivian. Rue asked for it. I'm gonna guess that maybe if this Kim Woodbury woman is still alive, I don't know what she is. I know that she hosted that How Clean Is Your House or whatever it is over there. But I don't know why she's not a host. They could even do a challenge about it or something like that. Maybe now in season 2 that it got picked up. She will be back as a judge maybe then. Who knows? Davina won. I said that. She got and her prize is a video call with the one and only Katja Zamachkolokova. I can never say her last name and I'm never going to try. But that's what it is. She won a video call with her. And Vivian once again becomes shady. But this time it was in the confessional. She's like, it's not really going to help her unless Katja can come through the screen and give her a new wardrobe. First of all, Davina's runways have been the best of the season, Vivian. Better than yours, mostly, in my opinion. So I don't know what you're talking about. Her clothes are shit, because they're not. Davina is killing it. I can't. With this feud, and I always wonder if the feuds are real, or if they're just being made up for television. I don't know. These two really do seem to hate each other. Maybe they're just great actresses. Who knows? Let me take a sip. Our maxi challenge is that they have to create and market their own brand of water. This includes the name, packaging, producing, and starring in a commercial. Great, we've seen this before on Drag Race. They're usually fun. I like that everyone is having to do the exact same thing. It's kind of like the perfume one, which was a big hit as well. So I like it. I like the challenge. During their planning, Vivian tells Cheryl that she should do something different from the Essex girl because that's what they've seen already. And that throws Cheryl way off because the whole challenge is to market yourself in this water. And that's what Cheryl is. She is an Essex girl and that's what she does. So I don't understand it. But Cheryl is thrown off. Cheryl is terrified. She thinks she's gonna fail this week. And that's just the way it is. And Baga thinks that Cheryl has to do well this week or she's gone because she's been in the bottom every week. She hasn't had a lip sync yet, but she doesn't have a badge and everyone else does. So this is kind of her chance. And that's she doesn't have a badge. We all know that. Rue comes in and talks to all the queens. She talks to Blue, and Blue said that she's going to stick with the Mary Berry thing because that seemed to work and everyone liked it, and Rue tells her not to. Yeah, that she needs to market herself and not Mary Berry. And then at the end of it, my favorite part was Blue said, "Have a lovely day." Because I think she was just so lost at that point because her entire plan was changed instantly by RuPaul. And she wasn't ready for that. So she said, "Have a lovely day." It was really, really funny. Next up, Rue goes to Baga, and she points out that she has the most badges in the room, and Baga is proud of that. She wants to do a water that has a reverse effect, where she starts out beautiful and then turns into an ugly old hag, rather than drinking the water and becoming beautiful. Rue doesn't seem to get this either and tells her, well, you know, your water should represent you, so it should be like a bag of chips. Really? Okay. So Baga has to start over 2. That's 2 out of 2 so far. Next up, we got the Viv, and she wants to prove that last week was just a fluke of her being in the bottom and that it was just a bad week. And she's going to do hers based on a housewife who needs some moistening down there. It's what she does. I mean, that's her character that she does well. So Rue is all in. She's like, great, go with it. Have a good time. Blah, 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 blah. So Viv's on point. Cheryl is next up, and she shows us this beautiful, great dress that she has. It is green, and Rue says, you're gonna be in front of a green screen, which basically means you'll be invisible. You will have arms and legs and a head and no body. So she has to change her outfit. Whatever. Cheryl feels like she's in the bottom of the pack, and she wanted to win last week, but Rue points out that your team didn't win. You did really well, but your team didn't win. And that's the truth. She was on the losing team. She didn't have to lip sync again. I don't know why. They should have all 3 had to lip sync, and that would have been even better. But yeah, Cheryl's not feeling this week at all. She doesn't know what to do. And that's that. Davina is going to be a mermaid. And you know what? This hair works for the Little Mermaid. I could put some seashells in here, put some shells on my titties, and I'd be good to go. But Davina's doing the mermaid, and her water is called DDC. That's SEA, like seawater. And she thinks that the others don't think she can win. And they go into a whole conversation about the conversation that the Vivian and Davina had. And Rue obviously saw it or was told about it because Rue brought it up. Davina wasn't going to talk about it, but Rue brought it up, asked her questions. Davina answered the questions and told her what she thought. And that was the end of it. Vivian was pissed. She was mad, I think, that Davina brought her up in front of RuPaul because she wants her image with RuPaul to be perfect and nice and a good queen, and not shady. But bitch, it is what it is. Sorry, my hair is really going flat. I did actually brush this out before I put it on. And then as Rue's leaving, she gives us a toast with Michelle's brand new water, and then spits it out and says, "Tastes like arse." Because, you know, she loves to throw in a British word every episode. All I'm going to say is, if the arse that you're tasting tastes like that water, you're eating the wrong arse. Cheers. So they go in to record their adverts with Graham Norton. They have the Brit Crew if they want them. They have tons of props over there that they can use. Blue Hydrangea was first. Hers was a big old mess. She didn't use any props. She didn't use any Brit Crew. It was just her. She's going to use her face, is what she said. And she did. That's what she did. At some point, glitter got in her bottle, and it was sparkly. I will say she did have the best name, I thought, which was Blue Hydration for her water, which was wonderful. Cheryl Hole is next, and hers is called Cheryl's Dancing Diva Drink. She messed it up the first time, but got it right the second time. I have a big hair in my mouth. What am I ringing? Oh, my favorite part of hers was her finger, when she was putting her finger on the side of the screen. Is it there? Is it there? Is it there? And then there? It was so funny to me. With that giant claw on it. It was everything. That is the best part of her video. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And then she had the Brit Crew dancing with her, and they kind of upstaged her dancing. They were better dancers. Sorry, Miss Cheryl. The Viv starts off by throwing her baby, because that's what you do when you're a housewife and you're dry down there. You throw the baby away. The name of her water was Drippin', which is actually really funny. For the whole segment and the segue into the moistness. So she did a good job. I can't fault her for what she did. I liked it. Next up is Davina and her DDC. This was a lot of work she put into this. The way they had her shoot it made zero sense. You saw the queens over there just sitting there like blank face. They had no idea what was going on. But she's a smart girl. She knows what she's doing. The only thing, she peed in a bucket. No one had any idea what was happening. The only thing that was weird was her mermaid dress. You could see her feet. And a mermaid shouldn't have feet. I mean, it was just a piece of fabric. It wasn't really a fin, so I guess that's okay. But I would have tucked my feet under or behind me or something. It's when she's laying down and you actually see the advert that it shows. So yeah, that was my only critique was that. Bag of Chips is doing Baga's Chippy Tea Water. Again, this made no sense. She used the Brit Crew. They sat on a bench the entire time. She was eating fried sausages and chips, which are French fries. And then she like guzzled some water and said that it tasted like fish and chips, which she wasn't eating fish and it made zero sense, but perfect sense for her. Honestly, because there was no concept to it. It was so bad. I did not enjoy this at all. Davina and Katja have their video. The video dies out. It's a big fake out because Katja is actually there. Hooray! So we get some time with Katja. Davina talks about having mice in her head, and Katja says that she should try antipsychotic drugs, and that might help. But she also tells her, don't use your conditioned pattern thinking. Do the opposite. That is how you win. She said to pretend that is her own one-woman show. RuPaul is there as an assistant, Michelle is an intern, and you are the star. And that is how you will win. And I get it. I love it. It's great thinking. The two of these two queens are very, very similar, so it made perfect sense for them to be chatting together. I think they are probably friends now, and I'm all for it. I would go see a show with the two of them in a heartbeat. As they're getting ready, talk turned to drugs in the gay scene. And this is a great conversation. I will say that. Cheryl told us that she would drink and then not come home for 4 days. I have never done that. Because when I drink, the only thing I want to do is go home. I don't stay out. When you drink, you just want to go to sleep. So I'm wondering if maybe she did some other stuff or her drinks were laced with some stuff, because that is not a normal thing. Or maybe she just said that. And then Viv said that she got the high for performing every night, but then she would go home and be bored because the high would not be there because the audience wasn't there and they weren't cheering for her. And so she turned to party drugs for 4 years. I don't know what party drugs she did. I'm not going to speculate because I don't know. There is an interview out there. I haven't read it yet, but she did do an interview, so maybe she talks about it in there. She just said party drugs. And then she met her partner David, who helped her out. They went to Spain and she got sober, and she has been clean for 2 years and wants to use that as her platform to help others, and to let you know that you can get out of it. This was amazing. It really was. I've turned on Viv. I said that before, but this was important to hear. Drug addiction, drug abuse is very prevalent in the gay community. I work at the LGBT Center. We have a recovery program, and I give props out to everyone that has come through it. Clearly, I'm not in recovery. I like to have a cocktail. But anyone that goes through recovery, my heart goes out to you all. If you are struggling, there is help. Look for it in your communities. If you need resources, go to our website at Werk. It is gaycenter.org, GAYCENTERDCERTER.org. And there are links that you can click on and get resources. You can get referrals for places if you're not in the city. But the help is out there. You just have to reach out for it. Use your friends as well. They only want the best for you. And that is all I'm going to say about that. But shout out to Vivian. This was a wonderful segment and made me a little teary, not gonna lie. Our runway this week is Rainy Day Eleganza. I have to grab my iPad so I can actually look at the looks and talk about them. Miss RuPaul came out in red feather realness, and my photo's just closed, so let's try again. This is red feather eleganza. Girl, this is gorgeous. It didn't have much shape when she was walking, but as she got closer, you can see that she does have a belt on to cinch her waist in. It looked like she almost had a cape on, but I don't think she did, because I didn't notice it later. But I love this dress. What I love even more is this hair. Ugh! This hair is gorgeous. It's a lovely shade of auburn. It is asymmetrical on her head. She looks so good, so good that you get a toot from me, Miss RuPaul.
Yes, queen!
We also have Michelle Visage and Graham Norton back again, and the lovely Cheryl, also known as Cheryl Hole from Girls Aloud. Apparently she's been married and divorced a few times, so she has no last name now and is just Cheryl. I don't know who this is at all. I didn't know it when Cheryl Hole came out and started talking about her. I still have no idea who she is. I did listen to RuPaul's podcast with her. She said that she never got famous in the United States, and that's probably why I don't know who she is. So that's that. Up first, we have Davina De Campo as the Morton Fisherman. She came out in this and it was so funny to me. She had on the yellow hat, she had on the yellow raincoat. Obviously there was going to be a reveal because it was just big and frumpy. She took it off and the dress underneath is gorgeous. I am in love with this dress. I think it is so cute. It is such a great idea. She made it out of the fisherman jacket. She corseted it, she stoned it. She had the matching umbrella. She stoned the lining of the dress. I'm looking at it right now. She stoned the lining of the dress. She stoned her shoes. It, from head to toe, this is a great look. I am so happy with it. People thought maybe it was too basic, not people, judges thought maybe it was a little too basic, but I lived for it. I thought it was great. Big toot.
Yes!
Next up is Cheryl Hole. This is what I said about it, and then I'm gonna actually go to the picture and look at it. I thought it was a good outfit. It needs more length to cover those panties. It's like she forgot her skirt or pants. The jacket and the corset are lovely, and I actually loved her slick back hair. When I look at the picture, and I'll talk more about it. Yeah, it's cute. It really is cute. The little corset thing and the jacket are lovely. The boots are fantastic. It's just the panty that's the problem. And everyone mentioned it. She knew. She said the skirt was supposed to be longer. I don't know if she bought this off the rack. Because those of you who don't know, men have longer torsos than women. Their waists are much higher, and so maybe this was intended. I mean, if she bought it off the rack and it's a woman's outfit, it's going to be shorter. You need to add that extra fabric to make it into an actual mini skirt, or put on some leggings and make it just a pantsuit kind of thing, because the panty is so distracting. I do love this hair though. I love the short slick back hair. I think it looks great on her. So overall, I want to toot it. but the panty is so I'm gonna toot it anyway. I'm gonna toot it anyway.
Yes, bitch.
This is probably the first look that I've tooted of Cheryl Hole's. But I actually do really like it. I think she made a mistake, that's all. Next up is a bag of chips. Again, this outfit makes no sense, which makes it perfect for bag of chips because she doesn't really make sense in her fashion choices. This upside umbrella with the duck on the top is just kooky and nutty, and I'm not exactly sure how it's staying on her head, unless it is like glued to that wig, because I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's sitting on her head. This outfit is terrible. First of all, it doesn't go together. It's a sequin catsuit and a paillette jacket. They are of different colors. They don't match. It's so bad. Baga, you are getting a big boot from me. Sorry, girl. I do like her wig. It's a short little blonde wig, but I mean, there's nothing special about it, but it's cute a wig. That's that. The Vivian came out as dark and tragic. She said that she was Mother Nature. She had a cloud on her head. She had rain coming down. This dress was stunning. It really was an amazing look. A great concept. She did everything right. The execution was good. The only thing I wish differently, she had painted her neck this weird brown shade. She also painted her hands, or she wore brown gloves, I don't know. But her neck was painted brown. I wish the whole neck would have been blue, and then the dress would be the brown, and then the gloves or hands or whatever she had done would be brown as well. But her neck bothered me, that it wasn't blue, because it was a little distracting and weird. But she is by far the best of the night. I'm gonna look at it again. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Oh, the gloves are actually red in this picture. Or an orange. Yeah, I don't get that. I guess she was trying to paint her neck the same color as her dress, and it just didn't match exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. It should have been blue. I love this blue wig on her, though. I think the blue wig is really cute. The dark blue curls. Now that I see the hands, I don't like them because they're red. I wish they would have matched the dress as well, but it is a big toot.
OMG, yes!
Yes. Next up, we have Blue Hydrangea. She's in iridescent cellophane fabric. It's cute. It's very girly pop. A little cutesy for me, but it's a good look. It's not bad. The hair, I didn't like her hair. Look at my hair. I'm one to judge. I didn't like the knots on it. That was the only thing that wasn't my favorite part of this, but the look is good. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's fine. I don't like the iridescence on the boots, I think. I like the belt. Yeah, everything is this fabric, and it might be too much of it. She has these little things, like little ringlets hanging off of the skirt. It would have been really cute if they were like shower hangers to hold your shower curtain up. That would have been a cuter idea to me, because it looks like that's what she was going for, but it's just made out of the fabric. But it's a 2. I'm gonna give her a 2. She wasn't worthy of 3 S's, but that's what it's random, so that's what you get. And those are all the looks. Why don't you take a look at them right now while I take a break?
Son, I guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drum and roll. Body, no, nobody
Welcome back! I hope you enjoy those looks. It was a great runway this week, I thought. I mean, even Baga, who I gave the boot to, wasn't terrible. So they all did really well. So good for you, way to go. I also threw in a lovely picture of my whole look. I hope you enjoyed that. You get to see my little skirt that I'm wearing. Well, not my skirt, my little dress. And the whole shebang. And there may have been a picture there of the Brit Crew as well in their little short shorts. I may look and find one, see if I can find one of them in their panties as well. We'll see. I do scour their Instagram, so you never know what you'll find. But let's go on to the adverts. Davina was first. Her commercial came together perfectly. It made so much sense. And again, the only thing I wish was that I couldn't see her feet as the mermaid. That's my only thing that I didn't like about it, was that you could actually see both of her feet. So I didn't like that. But the advert was great. She did exactly what she needed to when she said the filtration, their very own filtration system, and she was peeing. I howled. I saw this in a bar, and it was the funniest thing. I laughed so hard out loud. So great job, Davina. You're gonna get another 2.
Yes!
Cheryl's was meh. It went nowhere. That's exactly what the judges said as well. It wasn't a bad idea, there was nothing to it. And the dancers were really good. I did like her outfit in it. I thought that was one of the best things she's ever worn, and I actually liked it better than the silver one. So, way to go. But overall, it was not good. Bag of chips. The belch at the end was the best part of this. It was just a giant mess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It was just a mess. It made no sense. She sat on the bench the whole time between the two Brit Crew members. She ate some fried sausages. She shoved some fries down her throat. She poured water on them, and it was like dripping off the guy's beard. It was so bad. And then she belched, and that was the best part. But overall, it was terrible. Sorry, Baga. This was also where Cheryl Hole went after Michelle Massage, and I lived for it. The bar went crazy, I gotta say. There was lots of side-eye being given. And, I mean, Michelle had said, is it just me? And Cheryl Hole was like, I think it is just you. And then the death stares that came, it was amazing. There have been articles that come out that said they don't hate each other. It was just a judging thing and an edit. Michelle claims it was an editing thing. I don't believe that, sorry. Because she says to never blame the editing for anything. And there she is, blaming the editing. Way to go, Michelle. The Vivian's was a full concept. It was really good. Was not my favorite, but was really good. I thought Davina's was better than hers, but that's just me. But it was a great job.
Yes, girl!
And Blue Hydrangea, again, she had the best name with Blue Hydration. And the worst commercial. This commercial did nothing, and then she sucked off a bottle at the end that made 0 sense. So you failed. And failed hard. Sorry, Blue, it was not your week. Backstage, Cheryl is on cloud 9 because she got to meet her idol. Dreams do come true, blah, 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 blah. I thought we were gonna hear about girl groups again forever, but it changed quickly because Baga was going through it. She was basically giving up at that moment. She knew she was gonna have to lip sync. She didn't know the song. She's wearing the wrong outfit. Yeah, she's going home. Basically, she said, I've won 3 badges, now I'm going home. Baga's done. And the girls went after her saying, you can't quit, you can't give up like that. Just go out there and lip sync, learn the song. If you only know the chorus, do the chorus, but do the song. You're wearing a cat suit, and she's like, it's not zipped, because it don't fit me. That's why she had that jacket on that didn't match it, I guess. And they're like, just leave the jacket on, do what you need to. But she was down on herself. Davina feels vindicated because she says, I know you girls didn't have any clue as to what I was doing when I was taping this, but it all came together and made sense. I don't know why she needed to say that, but it was true. They had no idea what she was doing, and it worked out. So, way to go, Davina. The Vivian wins this week. I think she won. I mean, her commercial was great. No, her commercial was good. Her outfit was great. Davina had the better commercial. Her outfit was not as outstanding, even though I loved it. I thought it was great. But that is why I think the Vivian one is her outfit put her over the edge. And she wins her third badge. That means Davina is safe. And then we find out that Baga is also safe. And this was the biggest surprise to Baga. She was certain she was lip syncing and going home. And she could not believe it. And then she couldn't give Vivian a hug when she went back there either. They couldn't get close enough to get a hug because of her umbrella and Vivian's cloud. They couldn't connect. Or maybe she just forgot how to hug, or maybe she didn't really want to hug her. Who knows? There's so many choices. So Cheryl Hole and Blue Hydrangea will lip sync for their live to Cheryl's Call My Name. I don't know this song. Like I said, I don't know who Cheryl Cole is. I don't know who Cheryl is. I know who Girls Aloud are. I don't know this song, but RuPaul knows it because she's singing along. I thought this was a terrible lip sync choice for a song, but maybe that's what all of Cheryl's songs sound like. It didn't have a lot of lyrics. It had a lot of dancing, which was great for Cheryl Hole because that's what she does. Oh wait, she's also a Cheryl Cole impersonator, and that's what she does every week. So this was very, very unfair to poor Blue Hydrangea. She stood no chance. It was the best lip sync of the season so far. I said that last week. I thought that last week's was really good. I thought this one was really good. Was better, actually, and I really enjoyed it. And not because it was all dancey and performy. I think the lip sync, they knew the words. There was the dance elements to it. You know, I don't care about a fucking death drop, which that really wasn't. She kind of flailed in the air and fell to the ground. It looked like it hurt. And that's what I'm gonna say about that. Poor Blue's curls kept coming out, and they were just hanging at her face by the time the whole thing was over. It was lots of dancing. Lots of energy, fun to watch. Cheryl, of course, gets to stay, and Blue Hydrangea is sent away. And she said to Rue, all I wanted to do was make you and my country proud. And she did. Rue said so. And then her line leaving made me giggle. It said, don't be feeling blue. Just follow her on Instagram. So good. She does have the most Instagram followers of any queen. I think she had the most going in. I don't know if she still does. Going in, she had the most Instagram followers. So that was good. So Blue Hydrangea is gone. Next week, we're going to do makeovers. They are of their mothers and sisters. And our guest judge is Michaela Cole, C-O-E-L. And if you don't know who she is a British actress. She is hysterically funny. She did 2 seasons of Chewing Gum, which is on Netflix. I hope it's still on Netflix. It is hysterical. It is super short. Watch it. Go watch it now. Turn the TV off. Go watch Chewing Gum, and you'll be ready for her. She won 2 British TV awards for Best Comedy Actress, both seasons. They are well deserved. The show is hysterically funny and hysterically wrong in every possible way, and I loved it. That's all I have about this episode. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little prediction about the next 2 weeks, which is the top 4 and then the finale. I am now convinced that Cheryl Hole is going to be in the top 3. Do I want her there? Absolutely not. She does not belong there, in my opinion. I've not been a fan of hers all along. But I think she's gonna make it through on a technicality. She may win next week, and that will put her through, and give her a badge finally. She is the last one to have a badge, so it might be time for her to get one. And then I think everyone will have one in the top 5, right? because Crystal didn't have one. And I don't think anyone before her had one. So the top 5 would all have badges if Cheryl wins next week, which she may. I don't know that that's true, but here's my prediction. It may not be what you're all expecting, but this is what it's going to be. I think Bag is going home next week. This week. I don't know what week we're on. This week. I think she's going to go home. I think she's going to struggle doing the makeover, of course. She's going to have to lip sync, and she's not going to do well. But I think we have all been set up for a lip sync between the Vivian and Bag of Chips. Because they are best friends on the show. Drag Race likes to do things like that. They pit them against each other. It is usually always going into the finale. We had Brooklyn and Vanjie last season. I predicted that. It happened. I'm predicting this will happen again. It's going to be Vivian and Baga lip syncing, and obviously the Vivian is going to stay out of those two. That's what I think. Or it'll be Davina and Baga, because neither of them have lip synced yet. And they would be the last two to lip sync. And I think Davina would win, again, putting her in the finale. The Vivian might actually do really well with a makeup. Of course, her makeup is beautiful, but maybe she only knows how to do her face. We will see. Anyway, so I think Baga's going home. That's all around. That's what I think. I think Baga's going home. I think our top 3 is going to be Cheryl Hole, DIvina De Campo, and the Vivian. And then obviously in the finale, I think it's going to come down to the Vivian and DIvina De Campo. They are building that up to be the epic battle at the end. Hopefully that's not the battle next week, unless we're gonna have all 4 of them in the finale. I don't know, I'm just rambling now. I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. I love doing these videos. I get nothing from them other than the joy of doing them and putting them out there. This one let me put on this crazy wig and the dress. So thank you for watching. You can follow me on the Instagram at therealbarrybrown. We are still tooting and booting the looks every week. They are going to be up on Monday. So depending on when you're watching this, it will either be tomorrow or today, or you may have missed it. But I will put them up tomorrow, sometime in the morning. So you have 24 hours to go on and vote. Follow me at therealbarrybrown. That's Therealbarrybrown. And you can toot and boot along with us. The results will come out. And I will talk about them next week in the video. At the beginning of the video, we'll recap what they were. And I'm on Facebook at BHBrown13, BHBROWN13. I have a Facebook page that is called RuPaul's Drag Race Sashay Away with Barry, and you can find all my drag-related posts there. Not just these videos, but also all the news from the week that happens. If I go see a show, I post it up there. All sorts of stuff to find. So go check that out. You can like that page, and it will pop up in your feed whenever I post something. I am on Twitter at BHBrown13 as well, but again, you're not going to get much tweets from me. I don't really use it, but feel free to follow me if you must. If you'd like to give me some money so I could buy real wigs and not cheap Amazon wigs. I'm just kidding. I love my cheap Amazon wigs. You can Venmo me at BarryB13, BARRYB13. I will take any money you want to give me. So give me some money. I'll buy a new wig. I'll debut it on here. I'll give you credit for it. Just kidding. You don't have to send me money. But that's all I have today. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. And we'll be back next week for the semifinals. Bye.